Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8 to 7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. In continuing coverage, we now know the name of the Marquette County Jail inmate accused of injuring two corrections officers Saturday morning. Ray Johnson from Negaunee was arraigned this morning. He faces 3 felony charges for assaulting an officer and a misdemeanor drunkenly disorderly charge. If convicted, Johnson could face up to 4 years in prison. Johnson has posted his $25,500 bond. The court entered a not guilty plea on Johnson's behalf. A probable cause conference is set for Thursday. And Michigan's firearm deer season opens in 6 days. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office Special Operations Division says now is a good time to refresh your hunter's safety and firearm knowledge. They say firearms have to be stored unloaded and locked, and ammo has to be stored separately. This is also a requirement based on the safe storage law that was passed in April.
Most firearm accidents happen within your home, so make sure that your firearms are unloaded and your ammunition's kept separately.
The Special Operations Division encourages hunters to enjoy the season and to keep safety at the forefront. And Kingsford High School hosted an American Red Cross blood drive earlier today. The drive was organized by the Kingsford High School National Honor Society. Students and community members gathered in the library to donate from 7 in the morning to 4 in the evening. NHS Service Chair Maya Watkins says it's important for students to chip in during a blood shortage.
The blood can stay in the community here or it can be sent out throughout the region. And it is so important because there is a blood shortage right now. So even in communities as small as ours, it's important to have donations like this and get people to sign up, especially students.
About 80 donors gave blood during the drive. And November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month. TV6's Michael Sobek shows us how one NMU student is pushing awareness on campus for the disorder.
NMU senior Liz Preston was diagnosed with epilepsy at age 14. Preston has experienced seizures in class before and is promoting awareness for safe training and understanding of people who live with epilepsy. The Lower Michigan native says she found helpful resources by working with the Epilepsy Foundation.
Kind of alone in the journey. I didn't know too many people with it, and then I discovered the Epilepsy Foundation when I was 16, and that made such a huge difference. I found a community. They offered so many resources and education, and so now that was all downstate, and I really want to bring some of that up here to the Upper Peninsula.
There will be an in-person training Monday through NMU available to all students and staff, with an online version available as well. To bring further awareness, NMU students will be having a purple out during this Saturday's hockey game with a booth and donation opportunity. Preston also says having proper knowledge and training can help someone having a seizure.
Instances where a student could be walking around in the cafeteria on campus, they could drop, they could fall, they could have a seizure, and knowing what to do is huge because it keeps them safe. It's even sticks them or saves them from, getting stuck with an ambulance bill because you don't have to call an ambulance every time.
NMU spokesperson Derek Hall says when he first met Preston in class, he was impressed with her drive to educate on proper epilepsy safety.
She said, "Hey, I'm Liz. I have epilepsy, and here's a card that explains what you should do if I have a seizure during class." And I was like, man, I've been doing this over 30 years, and I've never had a student do that. And I was impressed.
To learn more about epilepsy and how to support the Epilepsy Foundation, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And if you're going to Saturday's NMU hockey game, wear purple. Michael Sobek, TV6 News, Marquette.
Thank you, Michael. And the Marquette Food Co-op and the NMU Anishinaabe Language, Culture, and Community class are celebrating Native American Heritage Month. Co-op shoppers can join in on a native language scavenger hunt. Shoppers can search around the store for products that have signs depicting the Anishinaabe name of the food item. Marquette Food Co-op Outreach Director says the food with signs all preceded European colonization in the area.
Understanding the history of food and the history of the peoples who originally lived in this place can make us more mindful of our diet, make us more mindful of the food, make us more appreciative of the food.
Participants can win a co-op gift card and a copy of the Decolonizing Diet Cookbook. The scavenger hunt will go until Monday. And this morning, the sounds of drum songs were heard at the Baraga Area School's gym. Students started off their day with a powwow hosted by the Keweenaw Bay Indian community. Some students dressed up in their own regalia as students took part in the festivities with dancing. The CEO of the KBIC says there were many activities on display for students.
We're really educating everyone on what type of dancing is going on, what kind of drumming is going on. There's some different kind of special dances, and really it's educational as well, providing some insight into the culture.
The superintendent of Baraga Area Schools says there are already plans in place to host a powwow for the spring semester. And a ribbon-cutting event was held this morning for a new waterfront walk in downtown Houghton. Formerly walkway down to Lakeshore Drive. The creation of the walkway is part of the Lakeshore Drive parking deck removal project. It includes stairs, ramps, and even electronic advertisement boards at both ends. However, according to Houghton's city manager, there is still work to be done.
It's substantially complete, which means it's almost done. There's a lot of little details, a lot of things, but we didn't want to wait another week because we'd be standing here in the snow instead of it just falling on us.
Some of these details include parts of the building's flanking the walkway that need to be removed. Work on the project will wrap up for the winter next week and continue in the spring. As of today, Lakeshore Drive is now fully open to two-way traffic. And athletes tested their skills on Suicide Hill today, but they weren't ski jumping. The Ishpeming Ski Club hosted the 8th annual Run the 90. Ishpeming Ski Club and Superior Land Ski Club members, raced about 1 kilometer up the grinder. The kids typically run up Suicide Hill, but the snow and rain over the past few days made that unsafe. After Run the 90, the Ishpeming Ski Club hosted a pumpkin roll, where the kids rolled pumpkins down the hill to see whose could go the fastest. Organizers say the hill isn't an easy one to run.
It's a fun challenge. We ski it all winter, and it's kind of fun to run it when there's no snow, too.
The record for the fastest time up Suicide Hill was set by Julian M. in 2017 with a time of 1 minute 12 seconds. And for our final story tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, there's a record show in Marquette this weekend. Jeff and John's record show is back at the Ordock Brewing Company for its final show of the season. There are thousands of new and used vinyl records, CDs, posters, and cassettes for music lovers to comb through. Folks can even trade their old records for new favorites. Jeff says the record show has something for everyone who loves music.
It's just a lot of fun. We're looking forward to seeing any and all people, all ages, all interests. We love talking about music and records. We've already had some people stop by and trade in dozens and dozens of records that they weren't listening to for some new ones to take home.
Jeff and John's record show will be at the Ordock Brewing Company today until Sunday from noon until close. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in on Sunday night, where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time with a recap of Sunday's headlines. If you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.